Welcome to the boys section of the spring season show. I'm your host, Alex Engett. Today I'll be talking about the upcoming season, last season, and interviewing players for the team. Last season, the Warrior boys ended with a record of 13-16, with the season coming to an unfortunate end in the state semifinals, falling to Lincoln 2-1. The Warriors look to rebound this season with a strong senior core. The team has 11 seniors this year, and 6 of those seniors recently signed their letters of intent to continue their baseball careers. Miles Reese signed with USF, Bryce Ronkin with SDSU, Tristan Fitzsimmons to Mount Marty, Andrew Glovich to Gustavus Adolf College, Bryson Topp to Northwestern, and Carter Dosher to South Dakota State. The head coach for the Warriors is Brent Thurlow, and this is his third year coaching the Warriors, taking over the team in 2021. Though he wasn't able to come in for an in-person interview, he did have this to say about the team's upcoming season. The 2023 Washington Warriors baseball team is headlined by a deep senior class. The team has multiple players who are versatile and can play multiple positions, which makes it easier to create lineups as a coach. Our pitching depth as well as quality hitters should make a very competitive team in the 2023 season and should be considered a tough out against any team we face this season. Senior pitcher newly committed to USF, Miles Reese, had himself an opening night against Lincoln in the 10-0 win, having 9 strikeouts and 1 home run in the game. I caught up with him for his thoughts on the game and the upcoming season. I'm here with Miles Reese, senior pitcher. Miles, talk about the Lincoln game.
So we went in there with a really high attitude. I was pitching. We were really excited to get out, go play at Augie, get in front of everybody, and then obviously when the game was going super well, we won. Morale was super high that day. So yeah.
Tell me about your home run. That had to have been great as a batter.
Yeah. So it was a 2-0 count, and then changeup was thrown, and I was really seeing the ball well. My bat prior, I hit the wall. And then as soon as I swung, felt it, the crowd went crazy, and then I was like, okay, that one's out of here. So yeah.
How hard is it for getting strikeouts? You got 9 this game, so what did that mean to you?
Oh, it actually felt really good because I know every single one of those players. I know their entire team. I'm friends with every single one of them. It's good, Jack. So facing them and striking all of them out was super fun, and yeah, it's just fun to own your teammates, I guess.
Following that win, what do you guys need to do this season to be successful?
Keep positive high, keep our morale high. We just played Yankton yesterday. We went 1-1, but so yeah, just keep our morale up, trust in ourselves, and we know we're good enough to win. So we just gotta keep it that positive attitude.
Welcome to the softball portion of the spring preseason show. Softball at Washington is now a sanctioned sport here. Last year, the Warriors were just a club team, and they did not have an official record because this is the first time that they are a sanctioned sport. They are looking to become better and get their record as a team. They're getting a feel for being a team and supporting one another, and multiple players have stepped in to lend a hand to all of their teammates. They all feel that supporting one another is a key to having a new program here at Washington. There you go. I got a chance to interview one of the players. Our first interview was with Ava Brink, a junior here at Washington.
Can you just give us a recap of what happened last season?
So last season, our record was not really ideal, but being around the team is just always fun, positive energy all the time. So,
and how do you support all your teammates?
just being positive all the time, reinforcing everyone, even if they make a mistake, because mistakes happen. So just move on to the next play. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I also got the chance to interview head coach Budgeta on her thoughts about this season.
Oh yeah, how are you guys preparing for your season?
We are practicing a bunch of different situations so that we know that we're in the right spot at the right time. We know each other's arms and things like that. So just every situation that we can have, we want to be prepared for. So even if we have physical errors, mentally we know we're in their game and we know where we're supposed to be.
And how does it feel to be the coach of a new sanctioned sport here at Washington?
It's exciting. I mean, every moment that we'll have this year will be an historic moment because it's the first time. So
yeah.
The first pitch, the first pitching starter, the first at bat, all that stuff. So it's really exciting time for softball here.
And how long have you been coaching softball?
I started coaching right after I graduated high school, which will be 20 years next year. So about 19 years I've been doing youth coaching. I've coached varsity level when I taught in Minnesota for a while. I've done private pitching lessons. I was the pitching coach at Augie for a couple years. So just a whole different wide range of things that I've done. So
Okay, thank you for your time.
yes, thank you.
Thank you for watching the softball portion of the spring preseason show. Come watch the Warriors girls in action April 11th against Lincoln at 6 p.m. at Sherman Park. Go Warriors!
Welcome to the WHS Girls Golf portion of the Spring Sports Show. I'm your host, Maddie Gillette. The Warriors golf team is starting up their season again. Although last season didn't go as they planned, looking to bounce back this season and be a force to be reckoned with. Brittany Kuhl is the head coach for the Warriors. This is her second year as head coach. Assistant coach Kuhl is Caleb Boyhill. I got the opportunity to talk to Maddie Loof about her senior season and what she is looking forward to.
Forward to your senior season.
I'm super excited to play with all my friends and have one final season and just improve and yeah.
Okay. What's some things you need to work on before the first match?
I definitely need to work on my drive and my tee shot and putting.
And what does the season mean to you?
It means a lot to me because it's my final season. I've been playing for 3 years, so I'm super excited and I hope it's the best year I have yet.
I also got the chance to talk to junior Megan Christoffels about her success in the upcoming season.
So going into your junior season, how are you feeling about this season?
Feeling pretty good as long as the snow melts. Sometime soon we can get out and actually play.
Yeah. And you've been pretty successful in your past seasons with the Warriors. How do you keep that success going?
Probably just keep working. Golf's something that you continuously get better at for as long as you want to play it, so keep working.
And what is your role on the team?
Last year I was technically a captain, so I like to think of myself as a little bit of a leader, and I like to push some of our other golfers to better themselves.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay, and then what is your, do you have like a routine before like every match, or like, what do you kind of do like to prepare yourself?
I bring my coffee on the bus.
Nice.
That's something. Cool always makes fun of my coffee on the bus, and I always drink 4 Powerades during the match. I drink
Nice,
4
okay.
Powerades. Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Warriors will be in action on the course April 13th at 9 a.m. at Spring Creek Golf Course in Harrisburg. Go support the Warriors golf team, and as always, go Warriors!
Welcome to the Girls Track and Field Show. I'm Gavin Casero.
I'm Brittany Monantana.
And we are going to be talking to both players and coaches about this season and what's to come.
I'm here with Maya Fletcher. So, how'd you feel that you did at the Dan Lennon meet?
I feel like I did good. You know, I stretched a lot, the good mentality.
What do you do to prepare for your meets?
You just gotta get into that mentality. You gotta work hard. Yeah.
That's what's up. The next player we got to interview is Nyrat Kerr. How do you feel about the Den Lennon meet?
I thought it was pretty good. There was a lot of competition that we had to work with. It wasn't too much, but I thought it was pretty good.
How do you feel like you did personally for yourself in that meet?
Personally, for my first meet, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really PR or anything, but I got pretty close to it.
All right, how do you feel about the team?
I think the team is okay, like they're getting there, and we have a lot of practicing to get to.
We got to interview Coach Mayer, the shot put coach. Coach Mayer, how do you feel that your girls are doing so far this season?
Yeah, the girls are doing really well so far. We have quite a few more girls out this year, which is awesome to see that our numbers are increasing for the girls track program, specifically in the throwing side of things. And so we have a couple returning, and we're looking to see Maya Fletcher hopefully get a qualifying throw for state this year and see where we can do with that. And we have a couple that are new to the program, and we're excited to see.
If you want to see more upcoming events and results throughout the season, look up WHS Track and Field and stay tuned throughout the season on how we are going to do.
Welcome to the WHS boys tennis portion of the spring preseason show. I'm your host, Daniel Sanchez, and today I will be telling you about our upcoming season, our past season, and some interviews with some of our players and coaches. The Warrior boys tennis team is definitely a team you'll need to watch this season. The team consists of no seniors, 5 juniors, 3 sophomores, 1 freshman, and 2 8th graders. Last year they had a very great season, going 18-1 and getting second place in the 2022 state tournament. That team had 5 seniors, and they obviously led the team to a great season. Let's see if the juniors this year can do the same. All right, we are here with Owen Boyd, one of the juniors on the boys tennis team. Owen, what do you think this team is going to need in order to be a successful team?
Honestly, stamina and just practice. We got a lot of new players this year, are new to tennis, so just a lot of practice.
Okay, and since you're one of the upperclassmen on the team, what roles do you think you're going to need, or what role do you think you're going to play on this team?
Just leader by example, make sure everybody gets there, trying to be inclusive. Like I said, we got some new guys on that. Just work hard, I guess.
Okay, and you have a little brother that plays on the team. He's an 8th grader. How is it playing with him?
Kind of weird, but also kind of, I don't know, satisfying, I guess, because he's putting in a lot of hard work to be here. Knowing that he gets to play number 5, number 6, I could possibly be his doubles partner. I'm excited.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
We're here with Coach Adeshi, the assistant coach of the boys tennis team. What kind of team do you think you have on your hands this year?
We are really dynamic this year. We lost our number 1, number 2, number 3 kids. So we have a lot of new kids that have chances to play up higher than they played last year. And they're just a lot of fun to be around. We've had 3 weeks of practice indoors and shoveling. So we haven't had a lot of tennis going on yet. Just now over Easter break, we've been able to get onto the courts. But they're very energetic and fun to be around and very excited for their season to start.
Okay, and what predictions do you have for the season?
Gosh, we were second in state last year. We defeated Lincoln in a duel for the first time in 7 years. They finally had a loss in a duel. We were really good, and I think our players, after living through that experience and seeing how fun it is to be a good team, I think they'll strive for that same kind of thing again. We're going to be above 500 for sure.
All right, that's it.
The Warriors' next game is on Thursday against the Jefferson Cavaliers at Jefferson. Go Warriors!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of the year again. Welcome to the WHS Boys Track and Field portion of the Spring Sports Show. We'll be your hosts, JP Womack, Hector Rivera,
and Pavel Sachenko. In last year's state track meet, Washington boys finished in 11th place with 28 points and 2 gold medals, coming in 10th place in long jump with a distance of 20 meters in 9.5 seconds. Then coming in 16th place in the 100-meter hurdles with a time of 16.4 seconds, and 11th place in the 300-meter hurdles in 41.65 seconds. Finally, Washington finished 15th in the 4x8 relay in 8 minutes and 50 seconds.
For field results, Washington came in for 5th place at javelin with a mark of 156 feet and 10th place in long jump with a max distance of 20 feet in 9.5 seconds. 2-time All-American Nebraska commit Kale Miedema won a gold medal for Washington at shot point, throwing for 59 feet in the 3rd heat. Miedema won another gold medal in discus, throwing for 173 feet, also having placed for 5th at Oregon for discus, throwing for 190 feet and 62 feet from shot put over last summer.
We got a chance to talk to Kale Miedema about last season and what's going to come up this season. After last season's state meet, how do you feel about this new season?
I feel optimistic. I kind of ended my season early last summer, leaving it off on a high note, kind of when I was peaking and getting into my best performance. So I think, especially after knee surgery and after a whole nother year of training, that it will be even better than last year.
So what are some challenges you and the team are facing this season?
Mainly the South Dakota weather, snow and rain, and just Cole has already canceled some early meets, and that kind of takes the competitive edge and a lot of opportunities for athletes to compete, especially considering that you got to have at least 3 months of competition before you're ready to really hit those state meets and national meets.
So what's your favorite part about track?
Probably just going to meets, being around other athletes. Like last year, the connection I had with Candace Ledbetter and Alex Safner is unmatched, and that just really made that season worthwhile. And the ability to just compete and better yourself every day.
Up next for track, we have Nick Olson on his insight for this season and also his thoughts on his performance from last season. So, what are your thoughts on your performance from last season?
It actually went pretty well. I got hurt like halfway through the year, but me and Abraham Myers, we carried it through the rest of the year. At the state meet, we placed 4th in the medley relay. It was a huge win for us because we weren't really expected to do well at all. But yeah, we had a good anchor with Alex Bender, who graduated last year, and he kind of carried us to that 4th place, which was honestly a good win for us.
So, what did you learn about track last season?
Definitely how you need to be a leader and a hard worker to carry through the team. A lot of kids don't like to show up, and they don't like to stay true to practice every day and working hard. And basically, as a senior and as a leader, you have to keep pushing them through and make sure they show up to practice every day and show up to the meets. Because we don't have too many kids coming out this year, at least for older grades. So it's definitely tough making sure we have a quality team to run at meets. But
what would you say is the easiest part, and then what would you say is the hardest challenge you face during the track season?
Easiest part, honestly, I mean, probably just running the events is probably the easiest part. But the hardest part is actually the build up to it, and like especially after. I mean, getting ready for another event when you have to run like 3 or 4 events in the span of an hour or so can kind of get on you or weigh you down physically. But running the events, easiest part of itself. But the lead up before, like all the anxiousness and the nervousness before, is definitely the hardest part. And then just how you feel after. You don't feel good after running 3 or 4 events in the span of an hour and a half. So, but.
What's your favorite part about track?
Favorite part is probably just hanging out with a bunch of guys I know at the meets, hanging out with my friends and talking to teammates, coaches, and just parents and people I know at the meets and just cheering you on. I mean, as you're running through and you hear the cheer of the crowd and everything, it's probably the best feeling in the world. So.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Up next, we got a chance to interview the track and field head coach, Shane Riley, on his plans of how he's going to approach this season.
So, what are your thoughts on last season overall?
Last season, we had a good season. We had some kind of key injuries down the stretch on our girls team. But overall, we had some really great things happen, some outstanding individual performances at the state meet. Kale Miedema had an outstanding state meet, winning the shot put in the discus and really putting a mark on being one of the top throwers in the nation. So overall, it was a great season, and we're looking to build on that and go into next season.
What have you learned about being head coach of track from that season?
Well, this is I think it's my 6th season as head track coach, and it's busy, it's chaotic, and I've just kind of learned to manage organization and dealing with a lot of different athletes and coaches, and you sometimes just got to go with the flow.
All right. How do you plan to approach this season?
This season we're kind of well underway for about a month that we've been going, and just trying to get people where they need to be in terms of events, but also then it's just kind of been a tough start to the season with a lot of canceled meets and so on, but just making the best of it and know that spring's going to happen when spring happens, and we'll be ready when it does.
All right. What would you say is your favorite part about track?
My favorite part about track is all the different events and getting to know the different types of athletes. Track and field is really athletics, and it's a chance for all our different sports to kind of come together and just be a team and get to know different athletes and different coaches and work with different coaches and athletes. So I really enjoy that aspect, and competing at the meets and seeing athletes improve from year to year is really rewarding as a coach.
All right, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And that's it for the boys track and field portion of the Spring Sports Show. We've been your hosts, JP Womack, Hector Rivera,
and Pavel Zchenko.
And we're signing out. Go Warriors!